Battlefield of Eternity. We're once again in the losers bracket, everybody. We have the Cats against Copium. One more best of 5, one more opportunity to make it to the losers bracket final. One team is already waiting there, and that is, of course, Team Oxygen. So whoever wins this best of 5 is going to make it against Oxygen. We're here at the X Cup Summer. We're down to the final 8 teams. Actually, it's not quite true. Technically, we're down to the final 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams. Everybody else has already been eliminated from the tournament. 4,000 euros of prize money are on the line. All of this sponsored by Mr. X. Again, a private Heroes of the Storm fan that wanted to stay anonymous, that has been sponsoring 4 X Cup seasons already. Now, this is going to be the last X Cup season, or at least that's the current plan. But once again, a big shout out to Mr. X for making all of that possible. We had X Cup summer, winter, fall, all of it. Like, it was pretty brilliant, and the games that we had throughout this year were just incredible. So yeah, once again, a big thank you. Hanzo gets banned this time immediately. Battlefield, of course, still the map where with the scatter arrow he can do tons and tons of damage to the Immortal. And interestingly enough, he made it through the draft multiple times already today on the specific map, but at least here there's the quick ban. Just ban my Overwatch. You can never go bad, or like, you can never go wrong with an Overwatch ban. Lucio's banned, Hanzo's banned, and the Sergeant. Sergeant Hammer is annoying enough to be an Overwatch character, so I let that slide. I let that slide. Full on siege tanks. Ready to roll out. Oh yeah. Better a Terran than a Protoss. So, gotta be honest here. Okay, but game number 1, and we get a Blaze ban too. Now, the Cats actually, they could relax quite a bit. They made it a little bit deeper into the winner bracket, which is why they didn't have to play today until now, so they could watch the games and could also observe the opponent a little bit and see like, hey, okay, what exactly are they going to try and do? They could watch Copium, observe a little bit on what are priorities they have, what they could maybe exploit. So it gives them a bit of a leg up in that regard. On the downside, Copium is definitely warmed up now. Playing in the earlier match in a best of 5 helped them, of course, to get the synergy together, make sure that communication is also on point too. But yeah, we got a Brightwing now. Alright. Brightwing in the house. And what's it gonna be for the blue team? Sylvanas and Hogger. Menaldor. And Drachia. Drachia, I don't know why he's been playing this tournament with his Smurf account or with his second account. Valthonis, whoever that is. Is that some lore stuff? I don't know. I've already said it the other day, talking about lore. I've actually started a Warhammer 40k book now, because people have been pestering me. I've been like talking a lot about the science fiction and the fantasy books that I'm reading. And we've been discussing books on the Twitch channel quite a lot. And every now and then people are coming in and it's like, have you read this? And I was like, nah, not interested. Nah, get out of here. And I finally was convinced to at least give it a shot. So I bought myself one. And I've started reading this yesterday. So we'll see. I'll report back if I like it or not. I think Dan Abnett is the author. Or something similar. I honestly haven't really paid too much attention. I made sure that I start with the proper one. I actually did a little bit of research online to figure out, okay, what is the series that I should start with? And we'll see. But anyways, with Genji and Diablo now taken, we already have... I mean, they could go old school. You can go into a Genji Brightwing Dive Bomb. That would be pretty fun. Octa with Imperius, and yeah, we got Captain Rex on Uther. Alright, so Imperius, Uther, quite a bit of stuns already. And then I suppose that we're gonna still get another frontliner there. I mean, you could play main tank Imperius, I just doubt that they're gonna do it. And comes up to Nano. Alright, so Battlefield of Eternity, we get Yrel, we get Li Ming, so we have Diablo and Yrel at the front line, already a good combo, and then Li Ming and Genji both working around the resets, Genji with the Swift Strike, Li Ming just through kills in general. And what do we get? The final choice. I think we're going to walk away with the triple melee here for them, and Sylvanas is the only real damage dealer, so that's probably going to be it. Karazim, they go for an Uther main tank, and Karazim as a second support. Okay, the stage is set. Game number 1, Battlefield of Eternity, Copium against the Cats, everybody. The Cats against Copium, everybody! We got on the left side Captain Rex with Uther. We got Valthonis on Sylvanas, Meneldo on Hogger, Hornio on Imperius, and Hireth is playing Karazim. Double support for the team in blue right from the start, whereas on the right side of the map it is Nano on Liming. We got Casper on Urel, Garflo on Genji, Guilty Spark on Brightwing, and anyone is playing Diablo. It's actually kind of funny because every single time I read this, anyone is playing Diablo. Everyone is playing Diablo. So yeah. And we got a quick pause here. Alright, somebody AFK or what's going on? Seems like the blue team is having some trouble. Nobody disconnected, so that can't be it. But they are already setting up to, I guess, get Sylvanas into a good position. Draka himself could now move towards the top lane and have his play there. That's actually a little kitty catty. Look at that mount. It's actually kind of looking funny, at least in the freeze frame. Meneldo, of course, is rocking the proper mount, as I would expect of the love child of Mena and Khaldor. That's how you really pull that off. So yeah, it's all about the money pick. Money pick all day, every day. Nano gonna sit at that top lane. They're really just trying to figure out where exactly Sylvanas is headed so they can shut her down early and don't have any structural damage done to themselves. It's an interesting lineup that they're rocking here, though, because it's not really the typical combo from the blue team that we're now having on Battlefield of Eternity. So, first and foremost, Uther, Karazim, and then Imperius there at the front. So, it's definitely interesting how they are currently playing this. And Hireth, he's going to be the one on Karazim. Obviously able to get some damage in, especially with a 7-sided strike against Diablo later. They can lay a couple of traps around bushes, then they would be in a sweet spot to get extra damage connected, maybe even blow him up super quickly too. So that's the goal at the end of the day. Get the quick kill in against Diablo, blow him to pieces with a nice comp. First of all, stun ideally, so that the entire 7-sided strike is getting unleashed there. But they're brawling it out heavily at the top lane, not even waiting for any late game talents. Li Ming dies first, so great start already for the blue team as they're getting first blood in the game. And Garflo is also still darting around. And he's been playing a solid Genji lately, but with the death of Li Ming, the problem is that they immediately started to attack the top lane here and took the first tower down. So not only is the gate damaged, but the towers are also pretty high on the priority list. And that's a good start for the blue team. You get your kill, you take the structures down a little bit, you make it harder for your opponent to hold on to their top fort. And they're pretty much doing exactly what they need to do here in order to get an advantage in the series. And as explained previously, this is the loser's bracket. If you lose here, you are out of the tournament. Now, whoever moves on is going to face off against Oxygen Esports in an attempt to make it into the grand final, slowly and steadily, of course. But before we get there, there's a couple of hurdles to jump through, or to jump over. I guess you can jump through it as well, depends a little bit on the hurdle. Now, anyways, up at the top, the push continues, they got the camp and they're opening the entire wall up. So yeah, there's mad value to be had for them. And they're getting a lot here. Taking all of this down pretty easily, getting an early level 4. And yeah, they're playing a really straight up game here. They got a lot of sustain, which helps them to keep their heroes in play and not lose out on anything. Bottom of the map, still at 1 versus 1 between Urel and Hogger, but now with the Immortal slowly spawning, you would of course expect them to eventually fall back just a little bit to ensure that they're getting at least the camp on the left side. Try and take the Shaman camp and then push for the first objective. But all that damage towards the top lane was already a big step into the right direction for them. And I would be very surprised if they would just let go. So yeah, they're going to do whatever they can to ensure that they're going to lock the entire thing in. Get objective number 1. Immortal would of course then travel down to the bottom of the map. But with Sylvanas they could set up a 2-pronged attack too. But again, jumping in a little bit ahead here, obviously. So already damage is coming in as the red team was going for the attack and jumping in deep here. But now topside, we still got Imperius doing some work. We got, of course, also Sylvanas. So they're fighting back here. We still have a defense set up around the blue team's Immortal. Copium is trying to do the best they can to save their own, but it's getting a bit close. And there's also that tiny lead in experience that we still have for the blue team. So, yeah, we're not quite there yet. Alright. Okay, so with that being said and done, we already have, yep, 1 kill to 0. Halftime show victory for the blue team. And they're now trying to make this 100% here. Who takes it? Li Ming is the only one on the right side. Might have to help out here too because they're really fully committed to it. But the kill on Karazim. Immortal stun contributing to it too. Well played. So Karazim is out. They're still trying to win this one, and they should have a chance to pull that one off if they're really committed to it. And especially Hogger is just pogging this out, is doing as best as he can. Genji nearly fell. They take the Immortal, and Karazim is back. As long as they don't lose anyone just now, they should be fine here. Taking the globes up, moving all down to the bottom of the map. And let's not forget, they got the double support. Yep. They got the double support, and again, pause this time on the red team. So, did they lose somebody here? It seems like they are fine. No disconnects that I can tell, but maybe just a bit of a problem on voice. We actually had that already a bit earlier. Now, just looking at the situation as this, we actually have, I want to say, 25% shield on the Immortal. Blue team is going to attack the bot lane. And apparently the entire team is going to move down here. If you have Sylvanas, you have, of course, always an option. You can either try and go with the Immortal, try to make the Immortal push stronger by disabling structures, or you can just focus on the other side of the map and attempt to take this fort down. Now, in this case, they are going to go with the Immortal. It's only Hogger that makes his way towards the top side to deal with Urel, who's already taken her position there. The team is not going to have a level 7 talent advantage. Both of them grab it at the same time. So there's not a lead that you can capitalize on. But simply having Calamity is giving Li Ming a big power spike at level 7. And she might be able to get a kill here. Yeah, Okta is now moving in too. Trying to still protect the flank here. And as Urel appears, Hogger is slowly moving in as well. Diablo, maybe in a bit too much trouble. But he still makes it out. So he gets out. Urel in the back is going to be attacked, but I don't think they're going to invest all the time that they would need to get the kill. So the defense is good. That's a good defense. They lost only the wall. That could have been a lot more problematic for Copium than than what happened here. Okay, so good job and well done by them. Now, then again, we got the camps now up. So, gotta deal with the camps a little bit more, and that's what they're currently doing now too. So, try to move straight down to the bottom of the map, lock the camp in. But the red team is trying to contest this. Oh, nice stun! Good start into the fight for the Cats, but can they take Nano down? He's low, Portal's out, and here's the kill! And I guess we're gonna see at least the double. Oh! Double spear from Imperius. They get Diablo. I was actually thinking they might get Brightwing too, but the triple killers, of course, already more than enough. And with that, they are moving in for the fort. They have the camp taken. They have 3 heroes obliterated. That's fantastic for them. Great start right now for the red team. Not only do they get the kills, they also take the lead in experience. They are level ahead. And on top of this, they also take the fort down. Yeah, they are definitely showing them how it's done in game number 1. So, good job. Really well done. Game isn't over yet, but that's definitely a massive step into the right direction for the blue team. And they are not just sitting there, resting on their laurels. Instead, they're moving towards the top and taking the next camp, which will likely give them level 10 in a minute. So, they could actually pressure for the top fort. They got Sylvana, so they can just push it past your opponent. But then again, the Immortal's also up, so yeah, sorry, missed that a bit. So here's the chance to just come in and take another objective, I suppose, because there is just no way for Copium to fight this one out. If they are getting forced into a fight against an opponent that's level 10, they're going to be murdered. And Genji is a bit too aggressive there. There's too many stuns around for them. So Sylvanas is slowly getting the damage in. Copium is catching up in experience, and they're getting closer to level 10 at least. And honestly, they're fighting pretty nicely back here. They're getting some damage in themselves, and the lead that we now have for the Cats is not as big as it could have been. So not too shabby. In this case, we also get the Wave of Force. We have Brightwing with a Blink heal. And now Copium can show that they are able to take the blue team down and pull ahead. Yeah, 5 versus 3. Careful, Divine Shield already used. Yeah, and they try to go for the kill. What a shockwave! But he's still in trouble. Diablo's already down. Urel with a nice move here. Both Genji and Brightwing survive. That got very, very close though. Really close. But it's another objective for the Cats. And they've already taken the bottom fort out, so now the top fort will fall. And they're even going for their camp here on the left side of the map. So that makes it a dangerous situation for Copium at the bot lane too. Even with Urel currently pushing the lane out a little bit, just simply because the longer this top battle lasts, the more momentum the bottom camp is going to get. And we might even end up in a situation where the keep wall is getting at least damaged. I don't think destroyed. Don't think the keep itself is going to take any damage. But Urel is actually staying. She's dealing with the camp, which means that they have to completely abandon the top side now. They can't even try and posture and poke against the Immortal. It's a 5 versus 4. There's no way. So instead of getting value at the bottom of the map, they're instead now getting value at the top. Because that wall is going to fall. 100%. I mean, that one at least is going to go down here. Yeah, and here's the attack. Sylvanas can help out. One tower is already dead. Got destroyed. Casper is on his way too. Finally helping out there, and they already know that he has to be there somewhere. They're not even pressuring this further. Instead, they're going for Urel. 7-sided to the face. There's the ult. Brightwing is coming in, and Brightwing dies. They knew perfectly well that Casper was going to attack them from behind, and they just said, let's kill that guy first. Brightwing for the save, but then the Fruit Fly goes down. Trashwing is dead. Diablo gets killed. 2 heroes, and that is all that they needed to re-engage, make the push through the top lane a full success as they go for the keep and take it down 9 minutes and 40 seconds into the game. Absolutely perfect. Yeah, Casper, he kind of fell for it. He thought that he could be the one to engage them and maybe force a good fight, but exactly the opposite happened. They knew he was there. They straight up took him out, or tried to force the ult. Brightwing portaled in, and then with 2 kills, the stage is set for an attack towards the keep, and they get it. So, at 10 minutes into the game, Copium is down to a single keep. And again the little trap over here as Gavlo gets attacked. The Cats are not screwing around here. Nope. They are doing fantastic. They're looking really, really good in this series so far, and making it incredibly difficult for the team in red to get, I mean, any kind of momentum. They got a single kill, that's all they got. They take the side walls out, they limit the vision further and further and further, and they're really playing around any advantage that they can. With level 14, they now have a talent advantage over Copium. They can try and take the wall down before the Immortal even spawns. They don't have to commit fully here, but even just poking this down a bit while Urel is still at the top trying to get experience for the red team is all that they gotta do. Get the gates, do whatever you can, just get a little bit ahead so that if you take another objective, you can go straight for the keep here. Nice prep. Still a 1.5 level lead for the Cats. No level 16, but it's really up to Team Copium to now find a good fight and turn this one around. Probably the only chance that they have here. Yeah. Okay, already Imperious. Yeah, Urel didn't want to fight that battle, and I really don't blame her. 7-sided strike is back up, and there's a lot of stuns available. You have stuns on Uther, Imperious, Shockwave, of course, from Hogger, and then if Karazim uses the 7-sided strike and they get the full force of that ult on a single target, you know it's gonna cause trouble. So here we are. Down to the potential final battle. Could be. Probably not. But there's a chance that the blue team is going to go for the big W here. If they have another triple kill, it's definitely a possibility. Yeah, there's the ult. 7-sided strike forces him to cancel it right away. Stuns again. Urel, she's dead. She's dead. She couldn't even use her ult. And the Divine Shield saves Hogger. Diablo is dead too. And Hogger gets out while both Li Ming and Genji are in trouble. They're all trapped back here, trying to get away, and they're getting caught. Genji is the first one to fall. Now they go for the Fruit Fly. Brightwing is dead, and they're moving in for Li Ming too. Nano is wasting their time a little bit. We got the level 16 talent ready, and now they can go for the objective. And of course, this is just another hero dying. A delayed death, staggered deaths all around. 12 kills, 2-1. Fantastic play by the Cats. The Cats with the victory in the team fight, and they're gonna get a massive Immortal now. And down to the bot lane, yeah, there's no gate, no tower, nothing. And you don't have level 16. There's absolutely no chance for Copium to get close enough to 16 to make this a fair battle. This could be game. This could actually be game right here. So, big shield, 80% roughly. And all they can do is fight. It's a desperate attempt. It's a Hail Mary that they're throwing here. Because, well, there's nothing really left. I mean, you're already in trouble. Your opponent has a talent lead. Now you're losing Diablo. Immortal in the cab on the way. Brightwing is dead. Shockwave coming through. They go for the next kill. Somehow Sylvanas survives. And they're turning it on Li Ming, who's desperately hoping for a few resets here. Genji pretty much doing the same. Urel is dead. Li Ming is on the run. Is likely going to escape this, but while all of this is happening and while Genji is getting punched out by Karazim at the top, we now have the keep falling, and there is just no way to save the core here. This is the lead in the best of 5 series for the Cats. It just has to be. It just has to be. They're too far behind right now, and the Immortal is too strong at this point. Catapult is still refusing to work properly and just attacks the tower. But Diablo, he's just getting killed over and over again. So much for the Diablo Immortal. Very mortal in my book. 6 deaths on him. The core is gone. 17 kills to 1 as the Cats take the lead in the best of 5 in the losers bracket.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Towers of Doom, second map in the series. The Cats showing their claws here. Going a little bit ham on this one. I like it. Yep, job well done by them. But can they follow up with another victory now? Also, I gotta say that they just dominated in these team fights. They did such a great job. So many of these battles, it really felt like 1 or 2 heroes of the blue team would fall 100% and that Li Ming might be able to get her resets finally and then dominate the battle, but the exact opposite happened. They just saved everyone with a sliver of health and then they got their own kills in. So, yeah, I don't know. They played it incredibly well. Now we're heading into the second map of the best of 5 series. Once again, the reminder that the loser of this one is dropping out of the tournament, of course. But first and foremost, we got Lucio. Alright. Lucio banned. And Blaze eliminated as well. Now again, it's Towers of Doom, so of course Sergeant Hammer is still something that the teams are generally concerned about as a rule of thumb. But I would also still look towards Dehaka, who's likely going to be the pick here. Falstad, just globals generally. We even saw Vikings in the first series of the day, which wasn't really too bad. So would not mind seeing another Vikings game. I mean, we had a Valera today, okay? So, it's actually true. We had, what did we have today? We had a Valera, we had the Vikings. What else did we have? We had some interesting games. Yeah, the tournament is a little bit wild. Some of the results are interesting. And then you have also a couple of picks. Some that worked, some that didn't. But yeah. Either way, the Hammer ban is there. And so we have Junkrat banned out too. And what do we have now as the first pick? It is Dehaka. Alright. Who else? Even a Gazlo was played today, right? Gazlo, of course, too. With Phoenix on the other side. It's like, you're getting crazy. But okay, so with that we now have Hanzo and we got Brightwing. So you already have a little bit of counter-global pressure. You have Hanzo for the arrow, vision. Any hero that can also take structures down is of course always welcome when you're drafting for Towers of Doom, meaning that Sylvanas and maybe even Greymane could be options for the teams. Seen a lot of Cassia, of course, too. But, yep. What else? Chromie! I hate that gnome. And Johanna, the fake dragon. Yeah. Chromie still pretending she's a dragon. That should make you actually vulnerable to libel or something. The Dragon Association should honestly at some point just sue her and be like, hey, listen, you're ruining our reputation here. You're not a dragon. No self-respecting dragon would ever take that form. That's not cool. They should sue her. It's absolutely a thing. Somebody should just like, yeah, I mean, maybe the Dragon Association doesn't even know that Chromie does that, because that's the only way that I can explain why they didn't take action already. They could also just eat her. That would work. We have actually dragons in the game. I mean, look at Alexstrasza. Woo! Fire. That's a form that I would take. So, there's that. But Chromie? I mean, come on, bro. Anduin gets banned out. They don't want to go full Blondie, apparently. And Genji also eliminated. Okay, so Drachia. I mean, Drachia could also play Hanzo, so they could swap that over. But against Chromie, could see Muradin again. It's actually surprising how few Muradins we've seen today. I actually think that's true. Haven't seen too many. We need Lauber back. We need to go back into the winner bracket and check Lauber's play out. Then we're gonna get Tyrael's, Muradins all over the place. But we got Tyrael. Also someone that has been suspiciously absent today. So Tyrael is in the house. Yrel together with that. Space Goat and Hoodie Boy. I just want to take the portrait of Tyrael and, you know, put these googly eyes on it. That would look so damn good. Rhaegar and Hoga. Just picture that for a second. Tyrael with that hoodie, you know, and the mask and everything, then just put those googly eyes on him. Oh, that would be brilliant. This is something that Blizzard should have done for an April's Fool's joke. It's such an easy thing to do, and it's just funny. It's just absolutely funny. Alright, so we got Rhaegar, we got Hoga. Chromie, the only range damage dealer. Triple frontline once again. And the last pick for Drachia. For the cats, it's Jaina. Alright, off we go. Finally a real Dreadlord in the game. Towers of Doom, map number 2 in the best of 5 series. Let's go, everybody. The cats once again against Copium. Cats against Copium. Game number 2, Towers of Boom. Captain Rex on Bright Wing. We got Horny Octa on Tyrael. With Hirath on Jaina, Meneldor on Yrel, and Drachia is playing Hanzo. On the right side of the map, it's Copium playing with Caspar and Dehaka, Nano on Chromie, Guilty Spark on Rhaegar. We got Gavlo on Hoga, and Anyone is playing Johanna. Alright. Yeah, we also still got the Art and Restoration here on level 1. But, pretty eager to see who wins it here. Because after game number 1, I gotta say that this seems to me more and more like we're gonna see an absolute ruffle stomp by the cats, because they've been playing such a great first map. But we have seen, of course, a lot of series where just depending on which map is being played, we see a completely different balance of power. And there's still a chance that we're gonna get that. So, yeah, let's have a little bit of a look at this. Already, careful. Alright. And there's the kill. Dehaka is down. And that's not the only one that's going to die here. So yeah, the cat's already off to a great start again. Bam, double kill. Dehaka and Chromie are dead. By the way, talking about book recommendations, great segue. One book that I actually read multiple times and which I always forget to recommend whenever we're talking about books that I want to point out real quickly is The Power of One. Check that out. Very, very good book. Great thing about like a boxer with a lot more background actually. So a lot about apartheid in Africa, but also a sports book. But it's a fantastic book. If you haven't read that, I think it's an old one, and I think at some point they even made it into a movie. But if you haven't read that book yet and never heard of it, then do yourself a favor and check it out, because that book is fantastic. Really, really good read. So yeah, definitely check that one out. Yeah, people always ask for like book recommendations or if there's anything that I can recommend, and every time that topic comes up I forget about it. So yeah, that's one of them. Now either way, what I could recommend to Team Copium is to, well, get some kills and win the game, because if not, it's gonna be difficult. So, easy, right? Like if they only knew, you know, they're listening to this later and they're like, ah, damn it, that's the one thing that we didn't understand that we should have done. You mean we should get kills? Now you tell us. So, big invade, but it seems like the blue team this time bit off a little bit more than they can chew. They don't want to fight that fight. So, yeah, it's gonna be the end of Horny Octa. The Octa is dead. Alright, so, with that, we got already 2 kills to 1. We got level 4 on the board. And at the bottom of the map, still the majority of the blue team in play, whereas Urel is now taking over the 1v1 lane against Casper. Bottom of the map, of course. Still the chance to get all of that AoE in with Jaina. It's a cool thing when you're running Jaina. She has an enormous amount of wave clear that you can always use to just simply burn a wave down, burn a camp down. Or just simply kill a hero. I mean, we had her earlier in the game where Varian was played. And that's, of course, one of the perfect scenarios. You get somebody that locks the target in for a long, long time. I guess they could technically also play this with Judgment, by the way. Now, as a main tank, Tyrael will, of course, always talk Sanctification. But Judgment isn't out of the question when you're playing with a burst damage dealer like Jaina. And you have also a follow-up with Hanzo's Arrow and a potential ring from Jaina on level 10. So there are actually a couple of tools that could be used here by them, depending on how aggressive they want to be. Just now realizing that, because again, usually the rule of thumb is if you have Tyrael in the side lane position or in an assassin position, go Judgment, if not, go Sanctification. And I think that rule applies to, I want to say 99% of the cases. But this one might be an exception depending on how ham they want to go. And they are going pretty ham already. I mean, Chromie is just dead again. They're not even giving her an opportunity to do damage here. They always just jump on her right away, put the pressure on, which makes it very difficult for her to have the impact that she needs to have in order for them to be successful here. Menaldor and the boys are going again on the hunt. They try to go for Gablo. There's the slow, and that's a dead Hogger. Might take a second, but there's no way he gets out of this. Or is there? Well, maybe there is. No. No, eventually he's gonna fall. It's gonna take a while. They nearly killed Jaina, though. Hogger is still poking this out. I don't know who's dying first. Jaina's still alive, too. He gets the kill! You're gonna be fucking with me! How brilliant was that? After all of that lead up, Jaina and Hogger both die and they also lose Tyrael. Glorious. Check this one out. Dong 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 dong. And then Jaina is in and Hogger is just like, yeah, got it. That's what I was waiting for. Glorious. Absolutely glorious. It doesn't get much better than that. Love it. Absolutely love it. He never gave up. He always believed. He always knew. 4 kills to 3. That's a bit of an interesting game all of a sudden, because Copium has technically taken the lead now in experience and also on the core. So yeah, too perfect. Just simply too perfect here. Jaina's of course working on the baseline damage now. Yeah, can they well, can they save him? Yes, they can. Alright. Hanzo. I actually thought that he would bite the dust here, but nope, they saved him. The pumpkins are going to make it in though. So there's the pressure from Copium. Initially, Chromie put under pressure time and time again. But then afterwards, yeah, started to get a little bit more advantageous here for the red team, because now they are finally finding more of a rhythm that they can work with. So up in the middle, Menaldor still holding his own, doing his best to drop this slowly. And well, with that we got Captain Rex still banned out a little bit. Well, Thornus is also sitting there. Captain Rex is tight. Double altars coming up, and there's the level 10 abilities. Slight lead on that too. They got a shockwave if they really want to force the engage, but so far it doesn't seem like it. Casper's threatening the Tong, but there's level 10 and they go Sanctification over Judgment. Yeah, makes sense, has to use it also. Should use it, doesn't use it, and dies. Yep, that was definitely a Sanctification moment. But they are getting kills, so they take Hogger down, and with all of the slows that we're seeing now from Jaina, they are very likely going to get a few more. They're already aiming for the Haka, and can they get another one? Not really. Now, this should still only lead to a single all-type being claimed. Maybe not. They're gonna get both. Good on them. So 28 points on the core in just a moment. Tirath gets it as well. Bam, shots are fired. And with that, we got 32 points against 28. That usually doesn't happen. Getting both of the altars at the top side is big. That's really big. And Jaina completing her baseline quest is also huge, because now she can start using her ice block whenever there's a massive engage for her. Blessed Shield being one of them, Temporal Loop depending on if you need to dodge it. Fingers of Frost on level 1. Yeah, we talked all about that talent already. Not that special. Casper, Menaldor. And it's time for the camps again. I like what we're seeing. It's a pretty entertaining one. You can clearly see that the red team is willing to be aggressive. They don't just want to sit tight on their asses here and hope for the best. Hope for mistakes. They're trying to force them as best as they can. Let's check that damage actually. Jaina's at 27,000, more than Chromie. Honio has still the Sanctification. A ring? I mean, that one was a bit optimistic. That ring didn't hit anything. That Blessed Shield, on the other hand, was absolutely spot on. Tyrael was immediately there, ready for the Sanct, puts it out just in case, making sure that Chromie doesn't get the damage through. And they baited out the Ancestral as well, so both of the teams using a lot of cooldowns in that engage. Not really too big of a problem. Hanzo with 26,000 damage, so it's also slowly getting there. But the team that gets level 13 first is still Copium. So they're a bit ahead, but they're definitely fighting back way more than what we had in game number 1. It felt like on Battlefield of Eternity, after they were just unable to get their kills, the snowball was too hard. I mean, already we have them with way more kills. 4 times the kills that they got on the first game. Unless I'm mistaken. So yeah, level 13 for both teams. We have a single altar down at the bottom of the map. The party is starting up here. Tyrael, yeah, he is not in a position where he can get caught like that, because it's 38 seconds until he has Sanctification back. But they're nearly getting a kill on Jaina too, but she's still alive and turning it around once more. Chromie in real danger. There's the ring, just stopping them, and Chromie just murders Jaina. Absolutely murders here. Definitely jealous. I mean, if you just look at the hair, I would be jealous of that hair too if I was Chromie. Not that I know a lot about hair, but still, just saying. Brightwing is dead, Tyrael is dead too. They get the triple kill. A little bit too greedy on Jaina. She was trying to go for the mage kill, but she herself ran straight into trouble. Now Nano with a quick channel. And right now, we are starting to see Team Copium taking over. They are now nearly a level ahead. And they're looking better and better. Kills, very much so the same, or nearly. But this could still get very, very dicey for the Cats. Because they are completely on the defense now. And you can really tell, every time that we're looking on one of these lanes, it's Chromie trying to force another engage with the Temporal Loop. Jojo coming in, maybe with a Blessed Shield. So, yeah, quite a lot. But at the same time, we're still having that global in. And Jaina dies again. Jaina gets caught at the bottom of the map and dies again. Yeah. They're also going again for Brightwing here. There's way too much action happening now for the blue team. They really need to recover a little bit. You can definitely tell that they are a bit shook. So yeah, they gotta be careful now. Gotta get your 5 heroes back on the map. Gotta coordinate a little bit. Get back into your rhythm. Because currently they're just losing ground. And the Pumpkins traveling through the bot lane are now allowing the red team also to start with the bell tower conversion. Another set of bad news for them. And here's level 16. So, yep, it's getting from bad to worse. Now you're fighting against the talent disadvantage and the altars are spawning in 30 seconds. Have fun. It's a single altar too. Easy to give up. Don't have a big problem with that. But yeah, level 16 is in. 6 kills to 8. They're still trying to bring this back a bit. They have their ults nearly ready. We are waiting for Hanzo's arrow, and then they can technically try to get the stun with him, maybe follow up with someone else, and then Jaina dropping that ring. On level 20, of course, you get with Cold Snap also a little bit more value, but as it stands, still a dicey one. Yeah, and off we go. 16 is close, but not close enough. They need another minion wave, and they need to head in pretty quickly. The interrupts are happening, but can they buy enough time to get the next talent? Yrel is moving into the mid lane, that's where they have a chance. Blessed Shield is out, Ring of Frost. Gets some connect, but not enough, and Tyrael is dead before he can use Sanctification. The arrow still flying, by the way. And the fight at the bot lane pretty much decided. Without the tank, there's just no chance that they can go for the altar. They want more than that. They go for Brightwing, and that's another kill. Hanzo is also dead. Copium, ladies and gentlemen. With some big plays right now as the red team has had enough. They got their beating on map number 1. And they just said, alright boys, time to bring this back. Let's move on to the next round of the losers bracket. We don't want to get eliminated of this tournament just yet. And they are going for a I mean, are they really cancelling the channel? Is he cancelling? No. Alright. Given the attack in the mid lane, I was for a moment thinking that they would actually stop this and try to get the full channel through, which I guess technically they could, but they played safe here, and I think this is the right choice. But this is 6 bell towers now against 2, which is pretty much a disaster, honestly. Yeah, this is getting rough. And Tyrael gets caught and has to sank up. Or not? Ah, he's dead again. Got interrupted on the signification. I mean, they're getting farmed here. They're getting absolutely farmed. It's 12 kills to 6 right now. And it's getting ridiculous. They're always moving in solo on a lane. Chromie comes in and is just going for one ult after another. And they have nothing to deal with it. So retaking the bell tower in the mid lane is an easy task and accomplishment. But it doesn't change the fact that now 6 pumpkins are 82nd traveling through the bottom of the map. They're getting absolutely murdered here. No ult yet for Tyrael. On level, sorry, no talent yet for Tyrael at 16. But yeah, they are struggling. And they're 1.5 levels behind now. They're trying to stop the pumpkins here. 1, 2, 3, make it through. And boom, that's another potential kill. Down he goes. Drake is dead. The ring doesn't do enough for them. And we have a triple altar phase. With 20 points on the core, it's a triple altar. And this is going to, I would say, at least take 10 points off the blue team score. Maybe more. But 10 should be fairly easy for them. Yeah, 10 should be very, very, very easy. So here we are. Level 20 is ready. Farsia's blessing. Rhaegar with a quick one down at the bottom of the map. The Haka gets the one at the top right. They're not even fully trying to take this one. So Heroes gets at least that fired. But this is 10 shots off. Or even, they're down to 8. Apparently got a few more pumpkins in. Damn, son. Yeah, that is rough. And they still have full ball tower control. The bot lane control alone is already huge. So, well, let's have a look. Can they get another catch with Nano's temporal loop? The stuck in a loop. Yeah. 1 level until they have storm talents. And they're still trying to fight back at the bot lane a little bit, but you can tell how they're absolutely hesitant, and for good reason. Problem is also that we now have another double altar coming up, and guys, look at the position of these altars. The one at the bottom, if they can hold on to this bell tower, this altar is free. Because you can't get there. And if you get there, you have no escape path. You can't go to the left, you can't go to the right. And even this altar is difficult to approach because you have to come from the top here. Yep, arrow at the top, missing, but they get the kill. Alright, the Haka is down. There's the opportunity to bring this back a bit. And they go for the boss because they realize they have to remove it. And what the hell is happening down here? Why is Chromie dead? What? Brightwing. The other ugly thing. Why is Brightwing dead? That shouldn't happen. Shots are fired, they removed the boss, but now it's the double altar. And boy, are we in for slaughter. Without a support, yeah, goodbye, that's game. Too easy, mate. Too easy. Holger is dead too, but yeah, seeing the kill on Tyrael over and over and over again in that fashion is just crazy. Shots are fired, bam, another 3, and here's the channel. And unless Urel is there in time, she's trying, then this is gonna be it. This is game. Goodbye. The series is tied, everybody. We're going to game number 3 between the Cats and Team Copium. GG. Well played. Cats against Copium, Tomb of the Spider Queen, boys and girls. So, we got a 1-1 score between the two of them in this best of 5. And Copium definitely has stepped it up from game 1 to game number 2. Absolutely crushed it there. Now, we got Hanzo, quickly banned. I would probably ban Chromie. God, I hate playing against Chromie. That little dwarf, gnome, whatever is so... Talking about dwarfs, by the way. YouTube recommended me again, like, some of the Lord of the Rings, I don't even know what they were called, like the movies after Lord of the Rings with the dwarves, where they go, where they fight Smaug and all of that stuff. I saw the Battle of the Five Armies, or whatever they called it, in a YouTube clip. Jesus Christ, what a shit show. Like, seriously, like a massive army, and then 13 dwarves are running out, and all of a sudden they change the tide of the battle. It is so unbelievably bad. There was this one scene where the elves and the dwarves are fighting together against the orcs, and the dwarves are literally running forward. They're putting up a shield wall with everything, getting their spear in and whatnot, and then all of a sudden the elves, stupid as they are, jump over the shield wall straight into the orcs, and it's apparently supposed to look epic. That was the dumbest strategic move I have ever seen in my life. This is how you stop any kind of onslaught and rush by your opponent, and they just jumped over it and negated the entire thing. I was just like, Jesus, can anybody that directs these movies at least try to pretend that they have a brain? Unbelievable. So yeah, Muradin, when you are in the game, budget Gimli, I want to see a little bit more execution there. And that's true for you too, Kelsas. It's like unbelievable. Apparently one dwarf can take down an entire orc army, so Muradin, you've been holding out on us the entire time. It's ridiculous. Come in, swing that hammer and take him down. It's kinda crazy. Jojo is the first pick. And we got Hoga again. Plus Lucio. It's actually insane. Lately I've been starting to watch some old movies again, you know, like from the 90s or like even the 2000s. It's insane how much better movies were back then. Like, a lot of the stuff that gets produced these days, and, you know, just all of this, like, Hollywood bombastic, you know, these epic moment, epic scene movies that you always have, that totally lack a coherent story. It's just so sad. When I saw that Battle of the Five Armies in the scene that I just talked about, I was just sitting there, I was just like, God, make it stop. Make it stop! Oh, boy. Okay, so... we got Jojo, we got Sylvanas, and we got Brightwing. Tomb of Spider Queen, hinging a lot on the wave clear, and both teams already have some. Somehow they backed Lucio, so they got the easy transitions now. And, well, we got Maiev banned out. Now I want budget Gimli. Honestly, after I just ranted a little bit about the dwarves, I really want my budget Gimli in there. So, yeah. What probably tilts me more than the stupid movies are the stupid people that watch these movies and think they're great. There's a deleted scene from that movie, the Five Army Battle, whatever, and it's just like those dwarves jumping on a sled that is pulled by rams, and this entire thing is so stupid and ridiculous that it was the most cringiest thing that I've ever seen. It was a deleted scene. You can look it up on YouTube, you're gonna find it. But when I read the comment section, I really lost my faith in humanity. All the people are like, oh my god, this is so epic, this would have been the best scene of the movie. And I'm like, do you people have eyes? Have you watched the same thing I just watched? That was the most cringe-worthy comic bullshit I've ever seen in my entire life in a supposedly epic movie. It's like, boah. Totally getting sidetracked here, but I don't know what triggered that. Was it Muradin? No, it was not Muradin, he's not here. Because Chromie, yeah, dwarf, gnome, exactly. Tyrael and Gul'dan. So apparently after Tyrael didn't work out for the cats, they're now trying to pull them off themselves. And we got our boy Gul'dan in the house. Maybe even with a Fell Flame build again. Kerrigan! Yes! Let's go! Okay, I like it. Jojo, Leo, and Kerrigan. We've not seen enough Kerrigans this tournament, and I'm all here for the Kerrigan pick here. Absolutely awesome. Final pick, Gavlo. He's been playing a lot of Genji, and Genji is also still up. Now they need a little bit more damage. Could be another melee hero for them, with Hoga and Tyrael now on the board. But, well, it is Sonya. Yep, we get our melee. Alright, let's get that leap in. Either way, Tomb of the Spider Queen, third map. Let's go, everybody. The match in the loser bracket between Team Copium and the Cats. Cats against Copium. Captain Rex with the Fruit Fly. Meneldor is playing Leo. We got Honio on Johanna. Erath on Kerrigan. And Valthonis, aka Drakia, on Sylvanas. Right side of the map. At this point, we got Nano on Gul'dan. We got Caspar on Sonya. Gavlo on Hogga. Anyone on Tyrael. And Guilty Spark is playing Lucio. I would also feel guilty if I played Lucio. Empowering Overwatch is just not a thing. So, yeah, off we go. Anyways, yes, we got the Felflame build. Okay, so Felflame for Gul'dan. The Pursuit of Flame on level 1. Get that AoE and burn those waves down and obliterate them. But of course, he has to be a little bit careful because they are up against the Kerrigan, who's going to look for the squishies. And at this point, Gul'dan is definitely the prime target. Absolutely. Lucio is a little bit too elusive, but that is definitely an option. Get Gul'dan, get that old bugger there, and try to drop him. Now, all the way up towards the top, what we now have also is Consume Vitality on Leoric. They're already battling it out around the waves. This should be also, thanks to it being a very small map, a pretty action-packed one. If the first two maps have been any indication of what we can expect here, then I would assume that we're going to get quite a bit of kills on this one too. Riding the owl over here. Okay. Or whatever that is supposed to be. But yeah. Sylvanas already working on the camp. Pretty quickly. Yep. Trying to take that. And since the red team... they're actually really fast on this one. Especially with Gul'dan and Hogga. Yeah. Mecha Spider on the Spider map. Also good, but I guess... nah, they're gonna get it. Okay, so Meneldor and Drakia are both taking that together. So they get the Siege Giants. Their own mercenary camp on the left side has obviously not been taken yet. So this is still up for grabs for later on in the game. Stacks are coming in. There's the combo from Kerrigan. Not that they can do too much with it. But yes, Sonya was helping the rest of the team to get some damage in over here. But okay. Now we have down to the bot lane, still a bit more action against Meneldor as they're trying to gank up on him. Lucio always good to make these quick rotations happen and allow a team to gank on a hero, and that's exactly what's happening in the second attempt on him. So he's already down, and they are... why did he not take those gems? Okay, so, I mean, Sonya was waiting, but Brightwing was also ready. Can they get that kill? 9 hit points! 9 hit points for Caspar. Oh boy, calculated. Absolutely calculated. Nice. Yeah, that was definitely towing the line a little bit. Now, we got also the Ghastly Reach for Meneldor, so it's going to be a full-on Ominous Wraith and a Royal Focus build. Whereas we still have for Tyrael Divine Vigor now, the Ardent Restoration. So full going into that Silent Tyrael build again. I mean, they got a triple frontline here, so they can play a little bit more aggressive for sure. And talking about aggressive, teams are all getting very aggressive around the turning points. Now that they're both getting closer and closer to being ready for the first Web Weaver wave, they're definitely trying to position themselves accordingly. Kerrigan also very much alone at the top and already has to move back there. I like how he not only went for the mount, but also chose the skin and tint accordingly so that they would match. Yeah, so there's a lot of thought that goes into this by Erath. Now, Kerrigan hasn't really had a chance to pop off properly, but I guess we're gonna get those team fights eventually. 21 gems are already turned in by Team Copium, and they're trying to get Gul'dan into a position where he can get rid of the 15 that he's holding. And they're getting very close to a turn in here. If they are not starting to properly interrupt, then this is Web Weaver wave number 1. Yeah, they're able to make it happen. There's level 7 talents for them too. And after we got the magic spit, we now got the critical mist. So Brightwing being disgusting again as usual and spitting around on the map everywhere. Leo has to come in and clean it up, and the first thing that they're taking out is Gul'dan. The man with the overbite already dropped. Gul'dan is gone, and here's the chance to push through the middle with Sylvanas disabling the structures, and on top of that, of course, also utilizing the remaining parts of the camp. So they get 1 tower, they get 2 towers, and nearly have the gate obliterated too. They are still far away from getting that turn in. I mean, they got the gems, but they have to somehow turn in. And it seems a lot more likely that Guilty Spark is able to get the completion for them now. That's exactly what happens. So there it is. Well done. Red Web Weavers are going to pop down first. Okay, so now with that, both teams on level 8. Obviously, you have to really focus on defending properly now and also not being too aggressive while you do that, because 29 gems on Kerrigan and 20 on Jojo give you a pretty good idea what would happen here if the two of them would die. That is way too much. They haven't turned in a whole lot yet, so defend as best you can, but also make sure that you're not going to get murdered while you do it, or the ticket back into the game is pretty much lost. Now, at the bottom of the map, they went for Sonya and they got the kill. Okay. That's a pretty great start. That actually really helps, especially because Brightwing was now also able to move back towards the top to help out Jojo. No fort destroyed, and that's a good defense. Very good. And they are pulling heavily ahead in experience now too. We're already having them close to level 10. So that's not bad. Kerrigan is under attack. Well, Tyrael comes in too. But they're looking great now. That was a super easy defense for them, especially after Sonya died. So now it's level 10, and that should guarantee them the turn-in. Yeah, that should definitely guarantee it. And we got the Ultralisk, we got Blessed Shield. No surprises here. Only question is really what Sylvanas is going to take. I mean, for her, both of the ults are definitely options, and she goes for the Wailing Arrow. The poor man's Buried Alive, Entomb plus Wailing Arrow. And I guess we're going to get the first fort destroyed even without the objective. They're already splitting on the lanes, but this one is getting taken out before anything happens here. So yeah, Sylvanas also burning the minion wave down. Good on them. Damn. Cats, after the loss on the second map, they're definitely starting to crush it here. Now the level 10 abilities are also ready for Copium, so they can finally make a bit of a stand and fight back. We got a Horrify, Blessed Shield. They try to go for Lulcio, and he's dead. No more Lulz from the support. Yeah, he's down. The Entomb missing as they tried to go for the Fleabag. Nano's also very, very low, but they get Tyrael first. So Tyrael is down. Sonya apparently wants a piece of the action as well. Trying to commit honorable Sudoku here, as it seems. Kerrigan falls, so they at least get one kill, but that battle isn't over. Sylvanas jumps out. Brightwing was still active at the bot lane. But all the Web Weavers have been defeated, with the exception of the one that is pushing for the bottom wall and has pretty much taken the wall down completely. Better than I expected it to. I thought they would be able to maybe not get a second fort, but drop one down to 60, 50%. It's pretty sure that would work out for them. Not so much. But still, they lost a few gems. So that means that the blue team has another chance to come in and try and get a turn in. Yeah, Orthonis is already ready for it. Meneldor can guard this. Yeah, that is not going to do anything. I mean, congratulations, you landed the Entomb. The problem is that nobody is here that can help you in any way. Tyrael is dead again. He's not having a good time, but he gets the explosion, and that helps him to get the kill on Jojo. And look at that. The beauty. Gem, 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 gem. And they're still missing a couple. Kerrigan is dead as well. Damn, Copium. Cope harder, baby. Big plays by them right now. Getting huge hits in big kills that allow them to reduce the gem count of the cats by a lot. Definitely by a lot. Chrysalis is now ready, so there's a level 13 talent advantage for the cats. Not that they are going to be able to hold on for much longer to that. But yep, there's the next Web Weaver wave. The red team. Second approach for them. Now there's a camp in the middle. Could have maybe even timed it a bit differently. But either way, that's going to help them to defend the mid lane quite a bit. Now, in level 13, the synergy with the Pursuit of Flame is also in. We got the Fell Armor now for Gul'dan. He's already been struggling quite a lot. But, yep, off we go. There's the next play being made for Hocker. And there's the Sanctification. Popped early. Very early. Sonya, Wrath of the Berserker, moving in. Big slam, big hit. And Captain Rex nearly down, but they go for Sonya and they take her apart. Nice. Super clutch, though. And the Web Weaver still doing work topside. 31,000 damage now for Hogger. The fight in the middle still continuing. There's the Horrify against Kerrigan. Brightwing with the assist. They try to move in. All the ults being used already. And that's Gul'dan. What? No way. Gul'dan is alive. Lucio dies instead. The top fort has fallen though. And the one at the bottom of the map is also taking damage. Jeez, what a game all of a sudden. Action all over the place. Kill after kill. Mad aggression from both teams. And then one save after another. 29,000 damage for Sylvanas now. We got 37,000 for Hogger. Easy top damage for him. Nobody's even close at this point. I suppose that Jaina and maybe Gul'dan at some point might be able to catch up. But for the time being, that is not the case. Now, the turn-in is still available to the Cats. They can still make it happen. Brightwing is jumping all over the map now. Trying to help the team out there. But they're just brawling. The experience lead, that is a concern though. That's a problem. Because they're so close to level 16. But then again, Kerrigan is dead. They're diving in deep. Leo with the entomb. But where's the follow-up? There it is. They want the kill and they can't get it. Instead, it is Jojo that's in trouble, and she's dead too. Another Horrify isolates Brightwing for a moment, but the Blink Heal saves her. It doesn't save Leoric though. 3 kills and a fort destroyed. Oh baby, we are really going for blow in this one. 7 kills to 7, 15 to 15. 3 heroes are dead. A chance to go for the boss. Somebody still has to deal with this bot lane. So yeah. There we are. Big aggression from the teams. And somehow it's Team Copium that is always moving back into the huge fight and then gets the victory there. So they're pulling it off again. They're making it work once again quite successfully. And they're just looking better and better and better here. Now, can they get the boss though? Because that battle might not go their way. Yeah, well, indeed it does. 3 are down, 4 are down, everybody dead. Full wipe on the boss. They just lost all the gems that they were still holding. And Team Copium, ladies and gentlemen, is making a massive step towards a victory on map number 3. That was big. Absolutely big. Desperate attempt by the Cats to buy some time for Jojo to join them in the battle. But now we're gonna see a keep fall. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Johanna wasn't there. They couldn't buy enough time for her to join. And it was a total slaughter. So here we are. We have them moving straight for the core. Not sure if they can take it down already. Not sure if the boss is strong enough. But oh, Gul'dan is dead. They moved out of the sanctification. And they're all gonna die. They're all gonna die. What? They are all going to die here. Every single one of them. And the core will live. 5-man team wipe. 58% on the core, 55, and now they have to, of course, cross map and just do some work. I mean, they can go for the keep at the bottom of the map, and they have to. What a fight there. First, it's Gul'dan that falls, not in the sanctification, then the entomb, bullied around, all of them dead, chased and dropped, and now the opportunity to go for the keep. Do they go further? I don't think they can, right? Really? I don't think so, boys. Yeah, okay. Thank God that they realized it as well. If they would have now thrown their life away at the core, that would have been quite the misplay. Those death timers were nowhere near where they needed to be. They get the keep, so in structures, they have closed the gap a little bit. But you just can't go for the core here. There's absolutely no way. I'm very, very happy that they moved back. That would have been a disaster. And they would have lost the map for sure. Okay, so 44,000 damage by now for Sylvanas. 53,000 for Olga. Now, the game isn't over. But the 2 forts that are still standing for Copium are problematic. Now, 1 at the bottom of the map is still in play for them. It's actually a very balanced situation. We have 2 lanes, 1 lane for each team, where we have continuous catapult pressure against no counter pressure. A bit of a better position even for the Cats, because their lane that they dominate is the bot lane, which is the farthest away from the boss pit. So once that the boss is back up, the Cats could start to position themselves around the boss and wait until someone on the red team has to move down to the bottom of the map to prevent catapults from hitting the core. But it's going to take quite some time. I mean, there's 2 more minutes until this one is up, and it's also not guaranteed that this is going to work out. They have the gem count that they need in order to get this done, though. So they could turn in. They just have to survive this and get the level 20 in an ideal world, of course. And Meneldor gets caught with 20 gems and is dead. Meneldor is down just before they hit level 20. Throw City, baby. There's level 20 and they can't do jack shit with it. Instead, they're now in danger of losing another hero or 2. And if that happens, then the momentum train is going to hit them hard. Wow. They just needed to wait 4 seconds and they would have had the level 20. Instead, they take the fight, though they don't have to. They lose 20 gems and now they don't have enough gems for a turn-in. They get interrupted again and it's just a disaster. Leo back in 18 seconds. Level 20 any moment now for Team Copium. And the red team, the Horrifier is also missing. That was not quite as good as planned. But here we are, 5 versus 5. They want to make it dead even, apparently. So now all of a sudden we have our 5 versus 5 with level 20 talents on both sides. Catapults on their way of the core. They got to be dealt with. But yeah. They're just wild. Holger is trying to pog out with success. He should really try and turn these gems in, and that's what they're doing. But they don't have enough for the full turn-in. And somebody, please, deal with this. Because if not, that's going to be a game-ending problem. But yeah. 6 more gems turned in by Captain Rex. 54. They need 1 more gem and they got their turn-in. Their second turn-in, by the way. To draw even here. Definitely doable. If you look at the numbers, it's 12 kills for each team and level 20. The big difference is really the amount of hit points that they still have at the core. With 55% to the blue team score, they also got to be very careful that they're not getting backdoored. Because you have a Tyrael against you. Now, the chances of getting backdoored here, I would say, are rather slim. But it is an option. If the red team gets desperate, they could try it. You have Tyrael, Sanctification, the explosions take another 5% off, you got Horrify. So if you make it to the core, you got a lot of tools that you could use. Yeah, talking about using some tools. They're going for Leo again, and I guess he's dead? Brightwing? Nope, he's gone. Yeah, this is starting to become problematic. Meneldor dying again is a big deal, especially since apparently they... No, they save Kerrigan. Do they? Yeah, they do. But what about Jojo? They are fully on the ropes here. It's crazy. They're fully on the ropes at this point. The red team is trying to push this, but they have to fall back because they need to deal with that bot lane. The Web Weavers would take this out. So as soon as they start defending, the cats have to attack. Leo is back soon, but it's such a weird and scrappy game all of a sudden. So the turn-in is easily defended, at least partly. But if they can start the fight now, Leo is back in 7. They fight too early. They want to force them to react and give the bot lane time so that the core can be damaged, but they did it a little bit too soon. Shield is already getting attacked there. Everybody's still alive. There's the buried alive. And they kill Holger. Holger is dead, but so is Kerrigan. The counter kill. Lucius also down. And Gul'dan. Guys, they're pulling it off. They're actually pulling it off. The fort in the mid lane is getting destroyed. Down at the bottom of the map, Sonya had to fall back and defend. And now, this time, they're going to go for the core. Through the wall, to the core. They have 4 heroes against 2. 4 heroes against 2, and the Web Weaver still pushing the middle. So in the middle, a keep could fall. They want the kill, they're going for it, and they're going to get it. Casper is not going to get out of this one. Nope. He's dead, and that has to be game. Like how? What was this game? The Game of Thrones, everybody. Left team, right team, blue team, red team. Everybody dead and dying, throwing on the core, coming back into the game. Losing another team fight, engaging a bit too early. Scrappy game 3 between the Cats and Copium, but the Cats are the winner here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, and they take the lead in the best of 5 series. GG. Well done. Map number 4, Garden of Terror. Tomb of the Spider Queen was a little bit scrappy. Quite a few big and small throws. But well, as it stands, we're heading into the 4th map with the lead for the Cats. So towards the end, they got their act together and were able to make it happen. One big Entomb, one big Buried Alive helped them to get the kill on Hogger, and from there on it just completely snowballed. They got multiple follow-up kills and then could walk straight down to the bot lane. Also, of course, including the web weavers that they still had on the map. Now we got first pick, first ban for Copium, and we are on Garden of Terror, so this could be the last one. If the Cats win here, then they move on to the next match in the losers bracket, whereas Team Copium would drop out of the competition. And Lucio gets banned first. Anything that is... I mean, Hogger normally gets banned here, and usually you're also dealing a little bit with globals. Now, Lucio is, of course, really good at speeding you up throughout the entire map and really helping with those rotations on big maps like Garden of Terror and some others. Therefore, he is a quick ban, which makes perfect sense. But then again, at the same time, I would at least think that Hogger is probably gets banned or gets at least picked very early. And Dehaka, also another hero that, of course, you probably want to have, or at least think about when you're playing on Garden of Terror. So, okay, we got... Well, so much for that. Dehaka gets banned. So, yeah, he's not going to be picked. Brightwing is still up, too. And they banned Sergeant Hammer out, so now you're all of a sudden a little bit in the pickle. Do you pick Brightwing first? Do you pick Hogger first? Yeah, Brightwing and Hogger are probably the two main heroes that you're thinking about. There's a couple of others that you could play. I mean, we've also seen a few plays around Sylvanas, for example, where they were just going for continuous split pushes on the map. So there are other strategies, but they go for Hogger. Hogger is the first one. And now Brightwing is still up, gets picked right away together with Blaze. I mean, they're not even hesitating. They're right immediately like, bam, Brightwing, Blaze. So it leaves you with a few more that you could take. You could go for the side lane pushing that I already talked about with Sylvanas. You always have to balance a little bit the need to take as many camps on this map as you possibly can to try and create some lane pressure and make that really difficult for your opponent, with also the team fight that you want to play out. So we have seen some interesting strategies here. Either full macro or going a little bit more for the team fights. But here comes Jojo. Got Rhaegar. And since this was picked by the Cats, and they've so far been pretty quick also with their picks, let's see if they maybe have also some special strategy prepared. Genji is still up. Could still be picked here too. Tracer is another one that we've seen multiple times in Garden of Terror. So there's quite a couple of choices that you can make right now. And what's it gonna be on the bans? Chromie! Yeah, I wouldn't want to deal with her either. Today is Chromie hate day. Don't even know why. Yeah, you know it. So. Yeah, what do you actually ban out when you're Copium? That's a really good question. What are you afraid of at this point? You probably just start banning meta. I don't really know. I don't think that you're going for a specific target here. Maybe you're trying to target Drak here. Or Herath. Actually, yeah, it's tricky. They go for Sylvanas, so they ensure that there is no side lane push in the same way. But yeah, double pick. We still need the main tank. Could play Muradin here. We had a lack of Muradin today. But this is another solid map for him. Unless, of course, they want to go for Diablo and trying to ping-pong in the walls a little bit. Falstad and Leo. They're actually waiting with their last pick here. Are they gonna go again for some kind of Leo main tank and add another bruiser to the mix? That's actually also something that they could do here. It's a little bit suspicious when you're picking Leoric at this point. Going for a main tank right now wouldn't be a problem, but they could also just go for another melee. They got Falstad now. And if they really go for another melee, it has to be one with damage. So yeah, Leo main tank is an option for them. But, well, we got Lunara, we got Genji. Okay. Genji, Lunara. Final pick, everybody. Map number 4. It could be the last map of the series. It's the first match point for the Cats. Can they pull it off, though? The big question. And they themselves apparently are a little hesitant on what they're picking. Or they just let the time run out because one of the players is in the bathroom. Yeah, either one. Garden of Terror, and the final pick, it is Tyrael. Alright, Mechaterial in the house. Let's go, everybody. Garden of Terror, our 4th map in the series, and the losers bracket between Copium and the Cats. Cats against Copium. Captain Rex on Brightwing. Audio on Leoric. We got Meneldo on Blaze. And Herath on Tyrael. So indeed the Leo main tank played. Whereas Valthonis, aka Dracula, is playing Falstad for the team. So they got a global. The only team actually that got a global. And they got 2 of them. They got Brightwing and they got Falstad. Caspar playing Hogger. Gaffel on Lunara. Anyone on Johanna. Guilty Spark is playing Rhaegar. And we got Nano with the Agile Dismount on level 1 playing Genji. This is the moment where the Cats could decide the series in their favor and at least secure 4th place in the tournament. I mean, honestly, this is a pretty big one. If you make this one happen, then you have a very, very good shot. Well, if you make this one happen, then first of all, you're moving forward in the tournament and you're at least 4th place. There we go. Yeah, they have 2 match points now. Austin's renewal on level 1 for Leo. And we're starting to have already aggressive plays made for our boy Leo. The janitor, all he wants is to keep the map clean. And then he gets constantly attacked and harassed. It's just not okay. It's not fair. Life is not fair. But, yeah. Now, as it stands, the camps are up on the map 1 minute in, and that means that Hogger is going to start pogging. This is really where he shines. This is one of the reasons why you pick him on the map. You want to take these camps as quickly as you can, and he is fantastic at all of that. So, yep, he is going to lock that in. No problem whatsoever. They're also trying to already poke away against Tyrael up at the top, but now that Leo is helping out, Genji has to be a little bit more careful. But as you can see, the teams are all making the same moves right now. You are on a huge map, you have a lot of mercenary camps, you're trying to get them, get pressure on the lanes, get a bit of structural damage in, and then slowly but steadily taking them down. So, down to the bottom of the map, this is where we now see the Siege Giants come through. And at the top, still the little poke happening with even an engage from Nano as he goes for the Swift Strike against Leo. But generally speaking, things are developing the way that you would expect here. The only problem for the blue team is that they don't have enough heroes to really deal with the top lane pressure. So one of the towers might go down here. It's a pretty big engage that we have. And yeah, Genji is already zipping in and zipping out to even threaten a death or a kill against Leoric. So far that hasn't happened. But in the middle of the map, Lunara, she's taking this one down. Lots of structural damage here thanks to the Siege Giant. But again, we're seeing similar things up at the top. Dracula to already jump out. Entire gate and even the sidewall has been opened up as the first seed is now spawning on the map. So for now, we got the seed up. Genji all alone. Not even that. Is he really? Okay, they're sending Lunara in. Oh, they actually look for a Brightwing kill. Can't get it, but that got close. Captain Rex really, really low. Has to re-engage towards the top, so they saw an opportunity as Lunara was hopping towards the top side and Brightwing was all alone all of a sudden. So down to the bot lane. Still the seed up. Nobody's really making a move for it yet. Caspar is still sitting tight here. And for them it's of course a little bit frustrating. If you're Copium, you're definitely annoyed. You had a solid shot in game number 3 to take the lead in the series. And they kind of threw it a bit on the core when they just got too greedy and thought they could end it. Or didn't properly play that out. I guess, I actually think if they would have played it out perfectly, they might have even had a chance to end it. But either way, they had multiple options there. Getting caught in an entomb and then totally slaughtered was not the best version of it. Okay, so with that being said and done, we got level 7 talents in. Not a single kill just yet. Everybody is just playing PvE, going for mercenary camps, trying to push these lanes out. But Leo is now in trouble in the mid lane. And we'll have a hard time taking those Siege Giants out, because with a hit point pool as low as his... Okay, yeah, he had the fountain cooldown still up, so that helps things a little bit. If you would have had to rely on such a low hit point pool and no rotation, then Lunara would have absolutely ripped that lane apart. But they are pushing on both sides now. So Copium, if you would ask me, I'd say they're a little bit in the driver's seat here. We haven't really seen any kills yet, but I really feel that the more pressing moves are made by Copium right now. So this could maybe even lead to a kill at the top. No, not yet. Nobody's even going for the seed yet. Nobody has bothered. The red team is absolutely okay with the way this is going. Brightwing, by the way, super low. Captain Rex about to go down. And maybe even a kill on Falstad? No, he escapes. He wanted to go for the Lunara counter kill, but couldn't. So first kill for Team Copium. I'm telling you, it's small advantages that they have here, but these little marginal gains that we're seeing from them are going to start to add up. So another camp about to be taken. They're also jumping in on Tyrael, and yeah, Brightwing has to come to the rescue. Without Brightwing, that would have been another kill. The 3v1 would have played out in their favor. Yeah, the seed is still there. Nobody gives a shit. We're nearly on level 10 and they just don't care. They absolutely don't care. The seed has been pinging on the minimap time and time again. It's like pinging more frequently. It's like, yoo-hoo, I'm here, take me. Kill these bad, yeah, weed thingies. But nobody wants that seed. Everybody has a black thumb apparently. Me too. Level 10 abilities are coming in. We got the Thornwood Vines. Tyrael, I suppose we're gonna get Judgment. Hirath is playing it, and this is looking very... He looked very judgy earlier. They still don't care. Instead, we have Hoggar getting killed. Yeah, quick hit on him. Goodbye, Hoggar. Finally a kill for the cats as well. And yes, it's Judgment, and he's already using it against Bambi. They try to get a kill here, and they nearly got it. The problem is that there was too much of an assist from Copium as Jojo jumped in with a falling sword. So Judgment not successful. Well, Judgment was successful. The kill didn't happen. Instead, they lost Leoric. Good news is he'll be back. That's the beauty about Leo. He's always respawning on site. He gives you vision. It's actually a fantastic hero when you think about it. Like, just simply having that ghost available as your trait is just so damn good. You don't have any travel time from the Nexus. You can also decrease your death time a little bit. Yeah, absolutely great. But then either way, we have now, after 7 minutes, the seed still not taken. Instead, what we're seeing is some stacks, some pressure. Bottom fort in particular has taken damage. And teams looking for kills again. And of course, camps. That hasn't changed. And this one is a bit in danger of being stolen away. They still don't care. Oh boy. Garden of Terror is starting to become the new Volskaya Foundry, as it seems. At least in this particular match. Finally, look at that. They're actually going for it. Oh my god, what do you know? They want the seed after all. 7 minutes and 30 seconds in, seed number 1 gets claimed by Team Copium. Nicely done. Judgment. Entomb. There's the Entomb. He's dead. Wow, they really want him. And they get him. Hoggar gets taken down again. The Fleabag was smelling a little bit too bad, so he got a heavily needed bath. He got murdered there. 2 kills to 2. I kind of like it. Both teams know that there's a lot on the line, of course. The cats don't want to go to game 5. Are you kidding me? But now they lose Blaze, so it feels like every single kill is chased by a counter kill. Level 13 for the 2 teams comes in at the exact moment in time. Nano moving back, that's a problem. That's actually a real problem. They're losing way too much topside. Oh, they are losing a lot. The entire wall is taken down. And look how quickly the hit points on the fort disappear. The rotation is finally in, and they're not going to lose the fort just yet, but that one hurt. That one was all thanks to a good camp timing, a nice rotation, and it led to a big advantage on the top lane for the cats. They haven't dropped the fort, but that was sweet. Genji moved back, could apparently not handle the pressure there. Lunara also not handling things too well. She's dead, as the interrupts are still coming through. Can they go for Casper? Judgment! And the counter attempt at the falling sword. But look at that, they're body blocking him in the back. There's the X-Strike. Gust is being used. Bunk on the ground. And they take position. The seed is still up. And the blue team is going to gather it. 3 kills to 3. Both on level 14. Guys, I gotta say, this is kind of wild. This is getting real interesting now. It is dead even. On the seeds, on the kills. The only advantage, and I mean it is an advantage, is that we have seen a lot more damage done by the cats against structures. Yeah, they have done a lot more damage. Bot lane and top lane are both low. So off we go. Tyrael is coming back to business. Falstad, he's eating a lot of damage over time from Lunara. But yeah, they're waiting for their cooldowns again. Especially, of course, Tyrael at this point is heavily reliant on his ult. They are engaging with that every time they get a chance. And, well, so they should. But, alright. Bit of a brawl in the middle. All of that poke that we're seeing from Lunara particularly is, of course, a huge problem. Not only the slow that comes in, but everything else that he contributes there too. Yeah, action continues. Right now, what we got is still level 16 for the two teams around the corner. And they go for Leo again. He's trying to Wraith walk out. No chance. He's dead. Brightwing immediately moved in for a shift. Couldn't. So now seed number 2 for the red team. At least that's the likely outcome of what's going on here. I would be surprised if anything else happens. So yeah, going for another kill attempt. Ah, the gust, and he's able to jump away. Good. 4 kills to 3. They're keeping it pretty... Oh, yeah, okay. Gets the seed. They're keeping it pretty tense here. 3 kills to 4. Structurally, the top lane has taken a bit more damage again. But yes, they are murdering this one now. Everybody knows that a single kill can end the game. One death, all of a sudden momentum is being built up. Hogga is in trouble up at the top. Down to the bot lane, we still had Leo in this little skirmish, also with Lunara a bit earlier. And now we're seeing her taking another camp, and they're rotating with the globals again to the top side. And the one thing I definitely want to point out once again is that they actually have these globals. So as the game continues and the map opens up, those globals will play a bigger and bigger role and allow them to control these side lanes. Even better, of course, if you are the one to take down the opponent's forts. So yeah, that's definitely something that needs to be considered here. But well, as it stands, we got still camps taken, and this is of course a seed that could technically lead to the first Garden Terror wave in the game. If the red team is able to claim it, then that's that. But Lunara dies. Lunara is dead again. She gets caught at the bottom of the map. Up here at the top, we still got to make sure that the seed is not getting taken, and so far that was a success. Leo gets attacked again, but they have to channel that one through, and they're already preparing for it. So Lunara, I mean, Bambi is going down time and time again. They want that juicy deer meat. And it's been working out. So, yeah, Genji jumping in again and gets the kill. They tried to punish him quickly, but there's the falling sword. Falstad gets absolutely eviscerated, and now Brightwing is dead too. Without Lunara, they just won a 4 versus 5. And they killed 3 heroes. And that, ladies, is the Garden Terror wave. All of a sudden, this might have been the momentum swing that we've been talking about the entire time. The game can tip on a dime. You get a kill, you get it in a good position, and all of a sudden, Bob's your uncle, and you're just murdering them. We got a camp at the bot lane, and we got the Garden Terrors. Now they're going for another kill. They want Tyrael, and they take him down. 8 kills to 4. This game just got busted wide open. Mid lane 4 doesn't stand a chance. Up towards the top, another fort is falling. They won game number 5, and they're just absolutely crushing it right now. That's exactly the position that Copium wanted to be in. They want to go to game number 5, and they have taken a big step towards that goal. They don't want to go down in flames here. They want to reach the top 4. They want to reach the next round of the losers bracket. So right here, we already have the hits coming. At the top, in the middle, opening this up, even going for the keep. I mean, the keep is low, and a desperate attempt by the blue team to make sure that it doesn't fall. But once they have their level 20 talents, which is going to be very, very soon, they could try and make a play. And already Nano is just jumping in and just poking it down a little bit more. Yeah, nicely done. That was actually really good. Falstad being dropped like this from Genji was so important in that situation. They had a 4v5, and without Lunara, he's the main threat. So he jumps in, takes Falstad on, burns him into the ground, just slices him apart, one chicken wing at a time. And then they could get multiple kills afterwards, got the seed, and now they of course work on the keep. So, yep, there it is. But alright, let's see what they can do. I actually expected them to heavily push for that keep, and they didn't. Instead, is Nano trying to sneak it, or what is this? He looked for a second like he would try to move in and just sneak it from the side, but yeah. Not so much, I guess. Alright, so still all good. They got camps at the bottom of the map, multiple ones now that they can use to maybe even create a different... a different pressure point around keep number 2 at the bot lane. Both teams have their level 20 talents now. That gives us also the Angel of Justice. Cats have to try and fight back here. Not that it's going to be easy for them, but they got the wind tunnel and they got some decent upgrades, but they need to have quick kills. They were doing a fantastic job on Tomb of the Spider Queen after they fell behind initially. They were the first ones to lose a keep, which is also happening again in map number 4 now. But the game isn't lost yet, so they have the level 20. They can go for another seed. They can try to work on their own Garden Terrors. And with Tyrael, they have always a big engage available. Leo, I mean, Burning Despair is something that they used earlier. He could still go into the Entomb upgrade. Hasn't made a choice yet, but considering that he went full drain, it's an option. Menador bunkers up just in time, was about to die, and they tried to go in with the heals. In comes the gust, but Leo is already down because of Jojo and her jumping in with the falling sword. On top of that, we got the Heaven's Fury now, so the cooldown reduction is another concern. Leo dead again, fort at the top destroyed, siege giants on the way, but another seed is taken. One more seed in the hands of Copium. It looks more and more like we're moving to map number 5. This is looking better and better for Copium. They went for the Buried Alive, by the way, but they really need a good Buried Alive or very good engage from Tyrael with his ult to turn this game around. 4 kills, 2-9, 13 in total now at the 16-minute mark. And the Cats, they gotta be aggressive. And here they come. They try to go for the kill and it just doesn't work. They want Johanna. They can't get her. But they could get a hit on Genji. The stun of Blaze does not connect though. He misses the jet propulsion, or at least the last little bit. And therefore, no problem. Hero survives. So once again, they gotta move back here. Boy oh boy. Copium, they definitely remember what happened on the 3rd map. They're definitely sitting there like, guys, let's play this safe. Let's take our kills whenever we can get them, but let's not push this too hard. And those globals are, of course, becoming a concern. The longer this game lasts, the stronger catapults become, the more those birdies can do. Yeah, Falstad is immediately moving away from Genji. Genji wants that birdie. And, well, they like Genji, and that's the kill. That's the way they have to play this. Falstad flying in, that gust after the Entomb, in comes the Ancestral, and Jojo is still alive. Shockwave is in. Once again, we got the falling sword. There's a cap at the top lane that they got to deal with too, but at the same time, they're trying to go for Johanna, and they're so close to another kill. The drain Falstad, and they just can't get her. They just can't get her, but they need to deal with this wave. They need to get this wave and get the seed. The seed is there, but they couldn't get anything after the kill on Genji that would have helped them and made the situation better. So Birdie is also helping out now. Yeah, this game, as I said, it's not over. It is not over yet. They got 2 seeds now. If they get another one, we're talking about Garden Terrors for the Cats. And that is a big move. This late in the game, those things hit hard. And let's not forget that both of these forts that are still staying or are still in the game are also fairly low. So they would just fold like paper. Cams are taken. Jojo surviving, by the way, was just crazy. I mean, both of the Farseer blessing hits were coming in hard. She had the Iron Skin. She still nearly died. And if she falls, then it's a very different situation. If 2 of your heroes are gone, then the blue team could have pushed those forts down without any trouble whatsoever. Another seed is spawning. Copium has to play for it. The Cats can let it slide. They can wait out 1 more seed if they want to. Brightwing is at the top. Play around vision is everything right now. And they're trying to push for the fort without any assistance there. Brightwing is now fully in the know that there's multiple heroes down at the bottom of the map. That's why the Fruit Fly is starting to pressure. Go for the next wave and try and take this one out too. And that is going to put pressure onto the top keep. The seed itself has not been attacked yet, and Casper, as you can see, he's hearthing. He has to deal with the top lane. They know it. So Brightwing will soon move in. Yeah. Already jumping back here very quickly, and Hogger is showing on the map. So now they know that they could technically try and make a play here. Keep that entomb in mind. One good buried alive is all that's needed at this point. Judgment! It did too deep. Too deep and on Jojo. Not really the best move there. Pressuring her for sure. But the interrupt now on the channel is ready. Low cooldown, of course, on the Angel of Justice, so that ult is going to be back. But Jojo is not the target. Baiting out the Iron Skin, on the other hand, is going to help them. Definitely a cooldown victory for them. 7 more seconds, and we're going to have Tyrael back in action with another Judgment that he could use there. They burned the Iron Skin away. Can they engage again, or do they let this one go? They let it go. The next seed is going to determine another set of Garden Terrors. 21 minutes into the game. Koa's getting attacked by a couple of minions. They got to deal with the catapults more so than anything else. And down to the bot lane, still deal with the camps. Oh boy. I'm telling you, the next team to win a team fight likely takes it. Up at the top, they're even timing the camps. They're trying to time the camps here. Tyrael. Yeah, he's not stealing this. Okay, so they take it. The pressure in the middle is the last remaining fort that Copium has. The last fort, and also the most dangerous fort to them now, because it's the mid lane where all of these catapults are pushing with no counter pressure. So they come in and they take it. They might even get the entire thing. Now they move back in time. Don't want to risk anything here, but they got it very, very low. The seed is ready. This is for all the marbles, everybody. This is for all the marbles. Who gets it? Yeah, Judgment! Way too deep. Has to jump out again. Baited out the Swift Strike, but again, low cooldown, of course. Low cooldown, but they couldn't get it. Leo is low, and they're all moving away. They're all fine. They're all okay. 85,000 damage by Genji. Pretty much doubling what Tyrael has. He's the top damage dealer for the blue team. The seed is up. The camp at the top lane is a concern for the blue team, for sure. Falstad is dealing with it as we speak. Falstad is coming in for it. But guys, this is rough. This is the seed. This is the one. They try to go for Leo. At the same time, the channel is happening. Leo is moving back. Brightwing is already there. Tyrael has started to move in. And he jumps out again. And the top keep, it's falling. This one's gone. No chance to get this one. Nicely done by Copium. Creating a perfect pressure point. And then going straight for the seed to force them and to react. They cannot defend the top lane. And of course the cats know this. They know they gotta fight this. They gotta find the angle. They gotta find the Judgment. There it is. They go for Lunara. But where's the Entomb? It's not there yet. Tyrael is deep. Too deep. And the keep at the top lane is already gone. Top lane keep is gone. And there's still catapults on that lane. They will go for the core eventually. They need that Entomb. Leo with a big swing and miss. And they get him. They get the Garden Terrors. And they lose Leo half a second later. He gets the drain and is going to reduce his death timer. But what can they do here? Garden Terror at the top is going to defend the core together with Blaze. Down at the bottom of the map, the pressure right here. Mid lane already nearly taken down. Top lane lost. Judgment negated. Why judge at all? It's 4v5. They don't have Leo. They're buying a little bit of time here. Bot lane is still moving through. Mid lane, at least the fort is going to fall. At least it should. Well, it doesn't, because Lunara is just insane. She's melting plants away. Talk about a black thumb, for fuck's sake. I thought I got one, but Lunara is putting me to shame. She just burned that thing down within half a second. Leo is back. Oh, the birdie! And they get the Entomb. Do they get the kill? No, yes, maybe. There it is. After the first one. Judgment deep into the backline. The jet propulsion not connecting. But Jojo is toast. Now they gotta apply pressure. Finally, they have a little bit of map control. The Cats, are they actually turning this one around? Is this really happening? Copium was in such a good position, but now they're in danger of losing the bottom keep. Everybody's trying to somehow save it, and Hirath is low. They're all low. Hogger, so much damage, so much work here. He's at 61,000. Another judgment, and once again, Rhaegar to the rescue. They are trying, but they just cannot get this keep. Then again, up at the top, the Garden Terror has opened another opportunity up, and here's the Entomb! The Entomb, the Gust into the corner! They have them all lined up, and they get the kill, they get the double, they get the triple! They might have just won the game! What? They get the entire team! What the hell? They actually made it work! What a play! Check this one out. The Entomb first, and after it's gone, the wind tunnel into the corner. The Cats dropping them one after another, murdering the entire team, going for the keep, going with another judgment straight for Jojo, who barely escapes. The core wide open. The Cats with a victory. This has to be it. This simply has to be game. The core is falling. Jojo is doing what she can. 26 minutes into the game. Catapults are arriving at the core. It's down to 50%. A 3-1 victory for the Cats as they take Johanna and the core down. Copium is out of the tournament, and the Cats move on to the next round of the losers bracket. What an insane final map between the two of them. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.